Okay, this is my cute little studio. This is the mic that I like to record my vocals on. It's just a C1 Studio Projects mic, and I had gone to Nashville and auditioned, about, I can't tell you how many mics, everything from $50 up to about $5,000, Neumann's included. And I did it blind without knowing what any of these mics were, and everyone in the room agreed that this was the mic that was really best suited to my voice. And lo and behold, it was $200, so good for me. So that's like my little vocal mic, and this is the keyboard I'm using, and that's my little BlackBerry. How I keep in touch with all my Facebook and friends and email and Twitter and all that. So this is my keyboard, and I really just bought it because of the action of these keys. I really like the way that they felt under my fingers. When I was in college at University of Florida, all the practice rooms had these Yamaha upright pianos in them that we'd all play all the time, and this keyboard actually felt the most like those pianos to me a zillion years later. It's got all this stuff on it that I just don't use and don't need. It's got little rhythm tracks and drum beats and songs and all kinds of interesting things. It's really an educational piano. It's the Yamaha Portable Grand 635, and it's more suited really to a family who wants an electronic piano in their living room, whose kids are taking lessons, that kind of thing. But I just use it for the keyboard and the MIDI out, and bring that into the MacBook Pro, where right now I am recording in GarageBand, because that's what really comes with the MacBook Pro as part of their iLife suite. And I'm intending to upgrade to Logic Studio, which now Logic 9 comes bundled with some other software, and it's called Logic Studio. So I was recording with some of the sounds out of this Yamaha. The Yamaha includes about 500 different sounds, and I just was having such a rough time finding the string sounds that I wanted. So I started a search online for different virtual instruments that had plugins that would work with GarageBand. And I listened to a lot of samples, both on the Vienna site and on the East-West site. And East-West, I guess, had a wider variety of sounds, it seemed, than the Vienna site. Now, the Vienna site sounds were just gorgeous, and they're also very spendy. So I'm really gravitating towards East-West, and I found this little free library that they offer kind of to get you introduced to their sounds, I guess. It was a holiday gift from East-West, contained 21 sounds that were orchestral sounds that you could use royalty-free, any way you like. And so I downloaded those yesterday, and I've been trying those out. Now, they came with these screwy file names, so I had to sort of listen to them all and make a little list of those 21 sound files and what they were in real life. This is my little note to myself up here that says what the hell I did to make the recording keyboard work, and how I plugged that all in. I'm using a little Omni Studio as a digital interface that was loaned to us by our friend Ryan, who's been so generous in loaning us equipment, things we need to get up and running in the studio. So that's what I'm doing, and right now I'm working on Blue Indigo Morning, and it's really the first song that I've worked on in GarageBand, and I'm learning how to use it. It's a pretty sweet little program. The only thing I would say is it's got a lot of bells and whistles that I'd prefer not to have. I'd rather go up into something like Logic. And but it's sweet. It's a sweet little program, and it's designed for a solo musician. So when you're bringing in even a keyboard and a vocal track, even with a digital interface like this that's multiple channels with preamps, you can bring in multiple channels of information at one time, say a mic, a guitar, a keyboard. But when it goes into GarageBand, it just it won't go onto separate tracks. It will only all flow into one track together. And I guess because this was designed with the solo musician in mind. And if you don't care about doing something live and you're willing to build something, track after track, that's okay. What I've been doing sort of, for my own ease of use is to take all the tracks simultaneously, flow them into one track just to get it down and have a sort of a reference or a scratch track, and then rebuilding it one track at a time. This is something that Logic will help us out with.